A recession is coming to the United States a lot faster than you think. So, with everything getting more expensive, groceries, gas, you name it, everything has been getting more expensive, except for our paycheck, right? And on top of that, the United States dollar is just getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And on top of that, inflation is just going up higher and higher and higher and higher. There's a few reasons for this, but the main thing I want to focus on is the United States debt. There's a few things I've been talking about in my videos, right? How to invest, what to invest in, the best things I think are good to prepare us for a recession. Well, I've also been talking about the United States debt. And the United States debt is the main reason everything is so expensive. Of course, things would go up in price, right? Even if we weren't in debt, things would go up in price. But things would also be getting fixed. There would be new renovation, not just new apartment complexes or new houses. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't even really see new houses, right? At least not where I live. You know, I live in California. I live in Oakland. And all we see is new apartment complexes. Everything gets taken down. All the bars, all the mechanic shops, all the donut shops, all the little fast food shops that we had around my area. It all got taken down and placed for apartments. And I've been saying in my videos, all they want us to do is work. That's all they want us to do. They're taking away all our luxuries because they can't afford to give us luxuries anymore. You don't see new amusement parks being open. You don't see new beaches being made. You know, I remember when I was growing up, you would hear about a new man-made beach getting built like every other year or something, you know. It might not be in your city or even state, but you'd hear about it. Like, when was the last time you heard about really anything being built, like, for fun, you know? Like, at least in my area, all they build is apartment complexes. And I'm starting to get the feeling that they're doing that because they just want us to work. So they're trying to cram more people into the city so more people can work for the cities, and then we can pay more taxes so that we can help them with their debt, right? Instead of giving us ways to help our families and give us more benefits and cleaner streets and nicer homes, you know, they just want to build more apartment complexes to jam us into places so that we can work more for them. All right. Now let me bring it back a little bit. A recession. It's coming, I would say, by 2028. I'm saying by 2028. It could be a couple years after or a couple years before, give or take, right? And the reason why I say 2028 is because the United States debt is so high. And not only is it so high, the interest rate on it is ridiculously high. And I've been doing the calculations. If you've seen my other videos, the precise calculations at this moment for the United States debt is 200 billion. Yeah, 200 billion every 10 days. And that's just currently. So it goes up over time due to interest. So in the next 4 years, the interest that we're going to be paying is more than 4 trillion. That's going to be more than what we can afford because we still have to pay Social Security and Medicare and all the other things, you know, veterans benefits. We still, what else do we owe? I said Medicare, Medicaid, the defense, the war budget that they're throwing so much money into, which I'm happy about. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm an American, and I'm happy that they have a big defense budget, right? But at the end of the day, do they really need such a big defense budget? And where is all that money going? Because most of the troops, and I have some friends that are active duty, right? They don't get paid very much. They're doing security with me. You know what I'm saying? They're doing labor jobs with me. They're tree trimming with me, you know, like they're out there hustling, but yet the only real reason they're even part of the military is for the benefits for their family. You know, they're not, when you talk to them, they're not really in it for the pay. They're in it for the benefits, you know, because you do get lifetime benefits. But if the debt keeps going the way it's going, they might cut out benefits. They have to do something, um, or the United States is going to end up defaulting. Um, and I could go more into detail in another video on what happens if the United States ends up defaulting on their debt, right? But mainly, I'm just trying to show everybody who watches my videos what is in store for us, right? Like, things could change. They might change. But I don't really see them changing in the next 4 to 5 years. I mean, I like Trump, right? I mean, I just don't really see any change happening in 4 years. Like, that's one thing I don't like about the way the United States presidential like things are ran, because I feel like 4 years isn't enough to change anything. As soon as they start changing things, they get either reelected, which sometimes happens, and they get to continue the things that they're doing, right? But most of the time, they don't really get reelected. Another president ends up taking over, and then they have a whole other agenda, and they basically just waste the current, or the current president ends up wasting the previous president's money, because the previous president just wasted all this money doing things they wanted to do, and then the new president comes in and they're like, oh, well, I want to do stuff my way, and they completely abandon all the other projects that the other president was working on, instead of helping the projects that that president was already working on, and then we end up just wasting money, and then we're over here saying that we can't pay Americans more because they don't have any money, but they're constantly wasting money at every turn. Like, giving money to foreign countries that they don't really need to, giving money, I'm not sure if people are sports fans and stuff, but they get way too much money. Basketball players and football players should get as much as baseball players, because baseball players don't really make that much. They make like a normal salary, 100, 200, 300,000. Some of them, like the best ones, make like 1 million. But football players maybe should make like 4 to 5 million. They shouldn't be making 200, 300, 400 million. You know what I'm saying? And there's like a whole team of 30 of them, right? So each of them make how much? How much are we spending on football? We spend so much money on things that aren't really helping us, but then we wonder why things are not getting built and things aren't getting fixed and people aren't getting higher wages. But it all comes down to the United States debt as well. If we weren't in such debt, we would be able to afford more things. We wouldn't have that 1 trillion of interest, right? So we would have about 1 trillion to spend, and 1 trillion is a lot. You could pay off a whole NFL team with probably 250 billion, maybe a little bit more, maybe half a trillion or something. Pretty close to it. We would just have more money to spend at the end of the day, because we're already spending more money than we're getting. So if we had that extra trillion to spend, maybe we can figure something out, because right now the United States is spending 7 trillion and we're only making 5 trillion. If we had an extra trillion to spend, we would only be making 6 trillion, but we'd only be down 1 trillion. And maybe that's more manageable, it seems more manageable. Why wouldn't it be? We'll just have to cut a few things and maybe raise taxes a little bit or something. But the way things are going, they're gonna have to raise taxes a lot. And I heard they're gonna end up raising taxes like 30% just in 2025. They already had that planned in 2024, and they're gonna do that with gas, and they're gonna do that with groceries. I think it's gonna go up like 15 to 20%. So things are gonna go back up in price. Trump said that he is gonna try to reduce taxes, so we'll see how that goes. But for right now, like I said, 4 years isn't really long enough to do anything. So once his things that he's talking about are implemented, he's probably going to have to give up his presidency. It's going to be 3 or 4 years by then. So that's just my judgment, what I've been noticing my whole life. By the time a president gets rolling and they start getting their ideas out there and people start listening, it's time for a new president. Or they just hated him the whole time and didn't listen to him at all. But hopefully we can manage that United States, hopefully we can manage the United States debt. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. I can think of a few ways, basically them raising taxes or cutting something, but maybe they have something up their sleeve that I haven't thought of. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the United States government is smarter than me, but I guess we have yet to see. But my feeling, my gut feeling, and not even my gut feeling, my logical know-how of me doing math and seeing the statistics and how much money that we owe and continue to owe. I mean, it's right there in front of our faces. We can continue to be like, maybe they're going to save us. We'll see how it goes. You know how it's going to go. you know how it's going to go. We are going to be effed in the A. And they're going to say, hey, here's $750, and we won't even be able to get the $750. And we probably have to pay tax on it once we get it. I don't remember things being like this when I was growing up. Everything was set up for us to, succeed. And then they took it away from us as soon as most of us turned 18, And once we got old enough to realize what we were doing, we realized that the world wasn't really made for us. It was made for the older generation. And they kind of just let us suck it. They're like, figure it out. We had to figure it out. You figure it out. But they didn't have to figure it out how we figure it out. It's a completely different ball game, Anyway, this video's been going on for a while. I don't think I'm going to end it, I'm going to constantly keep coming up with updates, daily updates. Check out my other videos. I don't only do United States debt updates. I also do investing updates on gold and silver. Those are my two favorite precious metals. I just bought some silver last week, and I'm going to buy some gold, I don't know, in a couple weeks from now when I get paid a couple times. Things are expensive. I think gold's hitting for $100 a gram right now. $100 a gram. So that's after tax, It's really, I think it's about 88 a gram. But after tax, it ends up hitting for like 100. My store owner let it go for 100 for a premium, like a premium gold coin or something. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good time. I know my videos might be a little depressing sometimes, but I'm just trying to let everybody know what's happening out there, I just don't want everybody to be out there with their butt hanging out in the wind thinking that everything's going so well, because the government will let you think everything's going well until it's not. So I just kind of want to prepare everybody, I'm trying to prepare myself. I want to see my videos in a couple years and be like, see, I was right. That's why I prepared, and you can go back and see my videos. I'm going to tell my friends, my family, hey, go see my videos. I was right. You should have listened to me, but you didn't, Nah, I probably won't do that. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I might, just a little, hey, hey, you should listen to me. Bought some gold, bought some silver, Anyway, I hope y'all have a good night. It's getting late. I'm call it a night. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I need some subscribers, Like I have like 2 or 3 subscribers right now. Help me to get to 100 subscribers. Maybe I could get a new camera or something. Get some better lighting. I'm doing videos in my car right now, so it'd be nice to get a better video camera or something. To bring you guys better videos, But anyway. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you later.